Hi, this is the second time I'm recording this because the first time I might have accidentally revealed my credit card information on screen, so I'll just go through this real fast. I just want to document something that happened regarding the progress of my next Carry KH AI video, and nothing tragic happened, no data was lost. I just thought it was funny how unlucky everything was. So without spoiling too much, the AI I wanted to show off in the video creates a frame sequence, which will be stitched together into a video. And I had actually programmed this AI with friends 6 months ago for an AI class at Stanford for fall of 2017. So all the hard work was already done, and the only reason I hadn't uploaded it to YouTube was because I wanted to make nice animations going along with my explanation, and I'm still working on those animations now because they take so long. Regarding the code that creates this frame sequence, back in December, I only had the code generate 600 frames because that's about 20 seconds at 30 FPS. And 20 seconds was really all I needed to prove that the concept worked to the teacher, to say, hey, yes, this AI we produced, it actually does make good videos. So yeah, 600 frames was all I made. And then I thought, for this YouTube video I'm making now, I want to have more than 600 frames because it would be cool if I could have the frame sequence playing in the background as I was talking, or maybe like in a future video if I just need some boredom repellent, I'll just put it in the corner. So I wanted like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes of content. And that's about like, I don't know, 10,000 frames? I'm not sure. But it's not that much. All I have to do is just load up the old program I had already written, have it run for a little bit longer, like maybe overnight, I don't know. It's not that hard. And I just get more images. It's perfect. So last night, that's what I thought I could do. But when I tried to run it, there were tons of errors. And I realized the reason why was because the code I had written requires Torch, which is a machine learning library based in Lua. And I was confused because I had already downloaded Torch, I had already proven it worked, so why doesn't it work now? Well, that's because in March or something, I was taking a different AI class and I had to move certain files around to make space for the new project. And I think somewhere along the way of moving files, some link got broken, I don't know, and Torch wasn't working anymore. So I thought, that's fine, I'll just reinstall Torch because it's online, no problem. So I tried that, but that didn't work either because the new version of Torch requires the newest version of CUDA, which is I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but it's something that graphics cards need to do this machine learning stuff. And I have a graphics card on my computer, so and it needs CUDA. And I had CUDA 7.5, but the newest version of CUDA that Torch now requires, it didn't 6 months ago, is CUDA 8.0. So I thought, fine, I guess I'll download the newest version of CUDA so I can get the newest version of Torch so that I can run this program that I already ran 6 months ago. So I thought, I can do that. But that didn't work because CUDA 8.0 requires 3 gigabytes of space on the hard drive, which is totally reasonable, and it actually isn't that much space, right? Well, wrong, because my computer is dual booted into both Windows and Ubuntu, so it has about 1 terabyte of space total, and I think about 900 gigabytes of that space is Windows. And about last year, my brother Michael helped me partition it so that 20 gigabytes are for Ubuntu. And 20 gigabytes is not a lot, but Michael was telling me, oh, if it runs out of space, you can just move files onto external drives, and that's fine. And it probably is, but as of right now, those 20 gigabytes are almost entirely filled with the folders user, var, and lib, which you can move to other drives and connect them with links, I think, but I feel like that's really risky because those folders are in use as the computer's on, and I don't know, they're just kind of low level and I don't really want to touch them because I'm worried that my computer will just not work anymore. So I just thought to myself, the best thing I could do is just repartition the hard drive to give me like 100 gigabytes of space for Ubuntu. Then I don't even have to worry about this, and I could get CUDA and then Torch and then get the thing to work. But every website online was saying if you repartition your hard drive, you should back up your files first, because there's always the danger that files get corrupted. And yeah, so I decided, okay, I'll back up my files. And remember, there's only 20 gigabytes in Ubuntu, so it was very easy to back that up. But there's about 400 gigabytes of stuff on the Windows side, not including the external hard drives, but we don't need to worry about those since those will not be affected by the repartitioning. But this hard drive by Seagate, it's pretty big and it's a nice blue color. It had 2 terabytes of free space, so I figured, okay, I'll just put a backup of my Windows files on here. But like somewhere along the way, over the last year actually, this thing has been acting very suspiciously, where sometimes it shows up on my file explorer thing and then it just vanishes. And if I'm copying files to this drive during the vanish, then like I have to unplug it, replug it in, and try again. And it also, I don't know, sometimes it copies really slow. So when I was copying Ubuntu files, I was getting like, I don't know, 20 megabytes a second, and then it suddenly dropped to like 10 kilobytes a second. So much that like text files were showing up one by one on the like new location, and that was just unbearably slow. So I don't know, I was like fed up with how slow this thing was, and then at a certain point I turned my computer off and turned it back on to try to fix it, but my computer would not turn on, and there were like warnings. So, I mean, it turned on to a black screen, and a different time it turned on to like warnings, like a kind of black screen of death sort of thing. Okay, well, not a screen of death, but it was saying like CPU 3 has not responded in 30 seconds. It's frozen. Oh no, oh no. Which I think is related to this drive, because this drive, like as soon as it started acting slowly, I was getting the warnings that this CPU has not responded in 30 seconds. So like I turned off my computer. Like there was nothing else I could do at a certain point. It was just a frozen black screen. So I turned off my computer by holding down the power button like the forceful way. I unplugged this and turned it back on, and it was fine. So that really makes me think that this drive is the culprit for why my computer was acting strangely. So then I thought to myself, okay, at this point, what I have to do is buy a hard drive that's reliable. So what I did most recently was just go to Amazon. Oh, my Amazon account was locked, and I've known that for about a year. So I had to switch emails and then log into my Amazon account. And I looked on Reddit to see which brand people like the most, and they seem to like something called Western, what is it called? Western Digital External Drives? Let me check. Yeah, Western Digital Passport. So I got a 4 terabyte hard drive there, and hopefully that, so the plan is, like, okay, I buy it on Sunday, it shows up on Tuesday. Once I get the hard drive, I'll plug it into my computer, copy my Windows files and Ubuntu files there, so that I can repartition my drive to make more space for Ubuntu in case it crashes and I need to recover my files somewhere else. But once it's repartitioned so there's more space for Ubuntu, then I can download CUDA 8.0, so then I can download the newest version of Torch, so then I can run the code that I had written 6 months ago to produce a longer image sequence, so that my video will have more content to show that it actually works. And this is just kind of like frustrating how long this chain is. But like one thing is, it could be the case that 20 seconds of the image sequence is enough for the video, but I just feel like it would be nice to not have an upper limit on that. So I'm willing to wait the 2 extra days. And another thing is I could animate while I'm waiting for this whole thing to happen, because the animation is still not done. But I don't feel like it, because I mean there's no guarantee that this whole thing works out. And I guess I'm just like pretty frustrated, but as of right now, like I'm kind of hopeful that it will work. I just think it's like almost ridiculous, just like all the steps I went through to get here. And yeah, hopefully that means I can get a Carrie KH video out soon. Don't worry, things will be fine.